Hi, folks. We have an offbeat, but I think it's going to be a good show. Uh, Look, I'm going to apologize. Now, first of all, Roland H., I want to ask you one quick question. What's the difference between Roland and Martin? Roland?
Yes, I hear you.
All right, I hear Martin de la Sengo as well as Roland. So let's sort that out first.
I have a little difficulties with understanding because
Oh, God.
quality is not so good. It is I hear a stick on another piece. Please ask again.
All right, we'll try it. Forget that, okay? It's Roland. Forget the Martin. It's irrelevant. All right, slowly, lady. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this caller's from Germany, and well, he's an expert. But look, let's just dive into it. UFOs in Israel. Now, that's the subject I specialized in. I wrote a book, Return of the Giants. I did 5 episodes of the Sightings TV show. I
Yes.
know this subject. What do you know about it?
Uh, yes, your book is very interesting. Um, UFOs. Israel is a hotspot for UFOs, and there are rumors that UFOs have helped the Israeli army, IDF, by
Oh, I
the
doubt it.
six.
We didn't do so well. I was in that army as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great journey. We suffered terribly. But okay, fair enough. If they helped us, it wasn't all that much.
Um, rumor said that UFO have helped Israeli army in 1976 by the Six Days War, and they have
They sure
um,
didn't come back in 73.
I think so, but I've heard it explicit of 1967.
Oh, 67 was kind of miraculous. 73 was a ton of casualties. But okay, I'm not sure UFOs had anything to do with it, but UFOs arrived in big time in the late 80s.
In the late 80s, there were a lot of UFO sightings in Israel with abductions and crop circles. It seems as UFOs have landed there in Kadima and the
Kadima, yes. Very good. That's an unknown. By the way, pardon my voice tonight. I have a tongue cold. Oh, just forgive me, okay? All right, now straightforward. You know about Kadima, huh?
uh, I know from it.
Right, Kadima was a major landing spot. For some reason, they picked Kadima.
Uh, yes, it seems as if aliens would seem there, but not aliens of 1 meter 50. We say, but air giants. Um,
Apparently, that's what everyone saw. And by the way, I met them. They weren't liars. All right. they saw what they saw in their homes. I mean, it wasn't far away in a telescope. They came right in their homes.
Yes, yes, it's true. And in other lands, we have similar things. Uh, but the crop circles and the landing places are two different phenomena. But in Israel, Kadima, it seems to be the same.
Apparently, there were well, the diameter was, I think, more than 4 feet, was like a person's width. But they were in homes all over Kadima for whatever reason. I saw them.
You have seen the UFO?
I didn't see. Well, actually, we're talking. Yes, as a matter of fact, in the army, um, neither here nor there. I saw this actual circles in Kadima.
Ah, yes, I know. I see.
I
Uh,
walked in them. It. I would get a phone call that morning. I would be there and I'd be inside the circles.
yes, you wrote in your book. You have uh, felt ill when you was in a crop
Oh, there
circle.
was one where they said we'd smell it and it would be sickening. And I smelt it. I was first. And it was sickening. And yeah, all that stuff happened. It was real. It was really true.
I often hear by UFO sightings out of Israel too that persons get ill after a UFO encounter. Uh, Burnt eyes is most thing that I often hear, or burnings on the skin, or
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'd say they circled a lot and looked down a lot, and the husbands would sleep and the wives would be awake. Two of the wives got pregnant. I mean, it was really, um, honest to goodness. If you look, just believe every word I'm saying. I was there.
yes, I believe you. Uh, and this is a phenomenon that is worldwide. There are many skeptics who say no, it can't be, but you proved that is possible because you have alive it.
Do you know how that happened? I had a partner, a very active, vibrant man named Joel Boehnerman. He was in New York and he went up to sightings and he told them about me. And that led to the show. It wouldn't have happened without him. I had a partner that got me 5 shows on sightings, and to this day, people say they're the most convincing they've ever seen of all the sightings.
Yes, it's interesting phenomenon. In it is in Germany we have not so much UFO sightings, and
There was one big one in 2011 over the Temple Mount with 3 cameras rolling. Um, there was one butte after that. All right. Just so you know, um, you're right. it pretty well stopped after 1999, 2000, whatever, but it came back in a big way.
Yeah, yes, I've seen that case by YouTube films. It seems to be so as if the UFO come back 1999 and 2000. The question is, what did they want? What do they want? Or what is the origin of them?
Well,
Them?
what is the orders? Okay, hold on a second. Let's go back to the perpetrators. Who's behind all this? What's
Yes,
behind all this?
yes, this is a difficult case because there are more adverts possible. I know that I think that occult forces are behind this phenomenon. I don't like
Say
that
that
they come.
again. I missed that. Who's behind the phenomenon?
Uh, occult forces
Oh,
in
occult
powers,
force.
occult powers.
Okay, I've got it. I've got it.
Yeah.
What do you mean occult forces? I think they're genuinely from outside our realm. I'm not sure they're human occult.
I think too that part of the UFO phenomenon is made by man. Um, that the militaires, uh, maybe
Why on
the
earth would they do
NGO
that?
have been. Please, what have you said now?
Why would the military waste their time going to Kadima and harassing middle-aged women? It's why?
Israel play a big role in the game of the occult forces, or in and in the NVO plans.
You
Israel,
have to remember, I met these women. They were very ordinary. I mean, they really were not occult ladies. Let me tell you, they weren't. It, an awful, strange choice. 39-year-old women from Kadima. I mean, that's what they chose. And why would they do a thing like that? Make two of them pregnant, no less.
no, this is a very difficult question. Uh, why the forces do that or another is a difficult case, because when I see John Keel has said, the UFO researcher in America, he has said that the phenomenon is suspect, that that what they do is sinless, has no
Well, where did they travel from? How did they get there? Hold on
this
one.
is a yeah.
Oh gosh almighty. I apologize, everybody. Oh,
No problem.
look, they got to Kadima. They got inside houses. They put the husbands to sleep. They waltzed around the beds. I've watched all these things. These people were telling the truth. They were telling the truth to me.
Yes. Do you think that UFOs came from outer space? I'm not sure in this. I think they come from a world which is not easy to say to know. John Keel respectively say that there is we see a
Well, what are
piece
they,
of the
angels?
superskeptic angels.
Yeah, I mean, what are they then? I think, by the way, they came not necessarily from God, but there's another force at work. All right. In Israel, they had giants, but they also had the occasional tinies. Um, the phenomenon is very, very real. I'm not sure you can just say there isn't outer space.
Yes, it is real, but there, how John Keel says, there were a super spectrum. We see the lights, blue, red, und so weiter, but it goes to infrared and ultra violet. And there are many areas we cannot see, but they can it. They live in
All
their
right.
reach.
This
Same,
is,
yeah.
folks, this, by the way, is Roland. Do you have material? Do you have a way to get a hold, people to get a hold of you?
This and there are energy entities would um, appears like a material form. They are form shifters, shapeshifters, and can see like a woman or like Indian or like alien or whatever they want. But what the purpose of that all is, uh, that I don't know.
All right. You don't have a website or a book?
Uh, I have a website,
Good.
www. Yeah,
Good. Tell everybody how to get a hold of your website. Did I lose you,
please.
Roland?
Yeah,
Your
yes,
website. Your website.
your
Tell everyone
website.
how to get a hold of it.
Yo, I'm have there articles about Atlantis, about the UFO phenomenon, especially form of UFO which with which I have to do uh, more as one time. This is UFOs like a coffin, um, great to see in the sky that I have, which I
All right,
have.
folks. This man is coming from Germany on the French border, so there are a little bit of halts here and there. But tell people how to get to the UFO. And by the way, I don't talk well tonight. I really don't. So help me out here.
Uh, I've not.
Your website, the address.
As the address
Yes.
www.roland-m-horn.com.
Oh gosh,
I
I
I
missed
want,
that. I'll bet everyone did. Slowly, once again.
yeah, www.roland-m-horn.com.
You know what, folks? We are archived for a week. at libertyarchives.com. If you missed that, well, you have another shot at it for a week. Look, what you're saying, I gotta tell you, I was in the field and I was doing this for almost 2 years.
Yes.
And I met all the witnesses and I walked in the circles and smelled whatever it was they caused in that room. I mean, I went and did this. I wouldn't say I necessarily agree with that. I may be wrong, but I suspect they came from somewhere else. Not a cult. I mean, something physical and something else.
Yes. Uh,
That's all. Nothing more to add. That was the
uh,
result of.
have not
Yes.
understand you right. You want to know what I
No, no,
do?
no, no. I suspect that
Yeah. Yes.
is. Um, I don't know how to say it any other way. To suspect after 2 years of research and meeting the people and having them phone me at all hours, strange, strange stories. I suspect something else.
Yes. What do you suspect?
I suspect wherever they pick Kadima, or for that matter, Israel in 87 on to 99, I
Yes.
suspect came from without this world.
Yes. They are not from this world. This
Oh,
I give you right.
that being the
They,
case, oh, look, you know what? In the next half hour, we're going to dive into something. Strangely enough, I also am intimately acquainted with. And that's my friend Martin did the digs for the Atlantis, the big dig in Spain. Um, I know a little bit about Atlantis. My college almost roommate next door to me really did the worldwide dig. It was on all the TV networks worldwide. He came up with the best argument where Atlantis actually was. I think you might be facing opposition here from your point of view. All right, before the commercial, quickly, where do you think the former existence of Atlantis was?
I'm sure that Atlantis has laid in the Atlantic Ocean, in the nearby the Azores. Uh,
Oh, we have a break. Now, my friend Martin did the dig on Spain. He disputes that big time. We'll be back in 3 minutes and we'll talk Atlantic or Spain, Atlantis. Coming up, folks. Don't go away.
Visit crosstheborder.org, crosstheborder.org, to get your print, EPUB, or PDF version of the book, The Rapture Will Be Canceled. That's crosstheborder.org.
I know you all want answers, and believe me, so do I, and I'll do my best to get them.
Despite Nicolas Cage's promise to do his best to get left behind rapture answers for us, Don't hold your breath. Not everyone believes Left Behind is true prophecy. Some may even regard as conspiratorial the mainstream re-release of the Left Behind movie with actor Nicolas Cage portraying the main character as an attempt to further reinforce in the minds of all this perception of false prophecy in order to condition the masses for the play about to begin. If you want true Bible prophecy answers, get the book, The Rapture Will Be Canceled. The author exposes the Latin rapture origin, the 7-year tribulation deception, true Bible revelation of Daniel's 70 weeks, the abomination of desolation, the restrainer, America in the Revelation, the image of the beast and the mark of the beast, and the truth about God's chosen people, and so much more about Bible prophecy. This book will shatter the Left Behind paradigm of future events. Get the book, The Rapture Will Be Canceled. Visit crosstheborder.org, CROSS, crosstheborder.org, to get your print, EPUB, or PDF version of the book, The Rapture Will Be Canceled. That's crosstheborder.org.
Since the beginning of time, kings have sought it, nations have fought for it. It has been traded, it has been borrowed, it has been purchased, it has been stolen. There's a reason for it. To secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and to our posterity, invest with the security of gold and silver. Call Discount Gold and Silver Trading at 1-800-375-4188 or visit discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. Listen to Financial Survival with your host Melody Cedarstrom right here on FirstAmendmentRadio.com at 4 p.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Visit discountgoldandsilvertrading.net or call Discount Gold and Silver Trading at 1-800-375-4188. Toll free 1-800-375-4188.
Evening, folks. I'm going to push my book, Return of the Giants. Go to lulu.com, www.lulu.com. Just write in my last name, Chamish, Chamish, or Return of the Giants. Both will get you there. And, well, if you write me, I guess in the meantime, via the station, I have my DVD, 5 sighting shows, plus Gary Kubiak and NBC and all kinds of things in my prime when I did Israeli UFOs. How are you there? Are we hanging in there, Roland?
Yes.
Are we hanging in? All right, Roland. You do your thing about the Azores. My friend Martin was boyfriends of Isaac Stern's daughter. That gave him some prestige, I guess. And I saw him on TV last month. And he was digging away at northern Spain, where he claims he found Atlantis. All right. You and him against each other.
I think that Atlantis must have lain in the Atlantic Ocean, because Plato has said it lay off the Gibraltar, how we have said, the pillar of Hercules, out of them. And there I think there was a great island, Atlantis was a great island, and where the people were good in evolution. They were possibly sogar as a technical culture, but asteroid who struck down and set the volcano around Atlantis in fire, and the magma was come in contact with the Atlantic Ocean. The magma who was under the island has gone to the air, blown to the air, and then Atlantis set down where this under the island were. This is the great possibility how a great landmass can sink under the ocean.
Well, one of these days, watch the History Channel, and you'll see my old university friend Martin digging up where he thinks Atlantis is, and he thinks it's on the coast of Spain, not on the Atlantic coast either.
I don't know that Atlantis had lain in Spain, because Plato has said from an island outside of the Pillar of Hercules, Gibraltar. So I don't believe that Atlantis could have lain in Spain.
The Mediterranean coast of Spain is where he dug. This was taken seriously by the History Channel. They gave a 2-hour show to it. I would assume it, I knew the guy. He was pretty serious, okay. The architect.
Yeah. It may be that he is serious, but the mainstream scientifics don't say on Atlantis could not lay because it can, from physical and geophysical sources, not go down in the ocean. But with a scenario I have set for 2 minutes or so.
All right, you think it's sunk below the Azores. All right. I hope there's some architectural proof of that.
Proofs are very difficult to find in the Atlantic Ocean, but of the Azores. But there are the warm and hot and cold sources who there in the Azores. From them had Plato has spoken, but interesting is the information too that the Middle Atlantic Ridge was once continental material. There was granite. Granite was continental material, and that we can assume that Atlantis was a continent.
A continent? The whole continent? Pardon my...
No. I had continental crust, earth crust. That I mean. Ansonsten it was...
Aircraft?
Yes?
You said aircraft? Wow, that's a heck of a claim. All right, just where's the proof for that?
there are legions of air um, battles in the old time. We read this in the traditions from old folks, from China, from Mesopotamia, from very must lands, and the how is the name of the Mahabharata from Indians?
Oh, that's
There, there I think it's come very clear that there were airplanes in the past, in the very past.
Who built them?
I think mankind who was so we are maybe a little wider in the evolution, but they must go caused through the catastrophe, and all evidences and proofs are now difficult to find. Only
If not impossible, you can find a few pictures, but not much more.
Yes, yes, the gold flyer of Peru, which the pre-astronautic Paleoceti researcher reclaimed for them and their outer space theory, but that airplane can come from an higher evolution world in the past too. For me, this is more possible than it were visitors from outer space.
Really? Okay. Okay. I kind of drew a different conclusion that they were not explainable, certainly not to the witnesses. I interviewed lots of witnesses. Wasn't explainable to them.
I will not say that part of the UFO phenomenon is due to the visitors from space, but I think that the most are, how can I say, cosmic tricksters, cosmic.
Well, that makes sense to me. But once again, there may be some forces we're not aware of that lets us travel immense distances. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I was kind of stumped by it as well. But I was there, and they really did leave their marks. Boy, did they leave their marks in Israel.
Yes, I think this was an old culture too, who have made those marks. How you mean? I think Gilgal Rephaim. This could be by an older culture. Could be made by
really
culture.
didn't like people. All right, they were taller than everybody, and they ignored them. I mean, seriously ignored them. It's folks, buy my book, Return of the Giants. It's at lulu.com. www.lulu.com. Right in my last name, Chamish, Chamish. Or my website is barrychamish.com. David Sammet keeps it going. And I actually investigated this. I'm not sure I drew conclusions, but I did investigate it seriously.
Yes, I've read your book. It's very good, I think. One of the best.
Thank you.
And your webpage is good too. I have written a few books, but only in German language.
Not good
I
for
hope.
my listeners.
Yes.
You know what? Tell people how to get to your website. See what they make of it.
Yes.
Your website address?
Astronomy, UFO, Atlantis, time travelers, and that's the most interesting planets and the moon, photograph, and so.
All right, folks. We are archived for a week at libertyarchives.com. If you missed, that was a real long one, let me tell you. We are archived for a week. Listen again. Now, I'm going to go back. Here, it's strange we both have this phenomenon. UFO, I got into accidentally. First because I was in the Army, and then because it actually happened. It happened in the Army, by the way. And then the government taking over Israel and ruining the place for its people, or what you call the New World Order. What is Gary Allen? I don't know who he is.
Gary Allen was the first theoretics of
Insiders.
The word conspiracy. The first conspirations book, and he have said that socialism is made by the elite in New York, and Russia and their some then East Bloc were leaded from Occupy, who he named the insiders, and they live. And so it is in the main the international bankers like Rockefeller, Rothschild, Morgan, and so on. And so he has that. So the NWO has begun. Later,
that's New World Order, by the way. NWO.
That is the New World Order. Yeah, yes. I think Bush had used this word first, but they was much earlier there, and they can have to do with the Illuminatis, the order of Adam Weishaupt in the 18th century, and so have a plan with this world who is not good. They will build a world well,
I think it's collapsing. If you're talking about Russia and China, they didn't survive.
I think that since the fall of the communists, Rusland and China could be a little free themselves from the NVO, so that it's difficult, more difficult for them to create the new world state.
Well, okay, but again, Rockefeller being behind it, I mean, that's a rich family in New York. Are they
Yes.
really behind China?
China, I don't know. This could be that China is free. Gary Allen have spoken only from the from the Soviets and the Eastern Europe. There were all communist Poland and German Democratic Republic.
For a
And
generation, that was true, but I think they're coming out of it, all of them now. I think. I'm guessing. Okay.
yes, and I think that this NVO and the Illuminati create old wisdom and use them to do to manipulate the people, and that could be another explanation for the UFO phenomenon, that they bring them to see them. Obviously, they are in their mind. We have MK Ultra Project Artischocker, where they are the man with drugs and hypnose brought to that way that that they see flying saucers, or they see outer aliens.
Well, folks, that's the intelligence agencies of Russia, and agreed. You didn't want to live under them, that's for sure. My goodness. But did it come from the Rockefeller family of New York? That's what you're saying. Gary Allen claimed. I need proof of that one.
A lot of prophecies of Gary Allen had made had come. So he had said the world will become non-religious, also the religions will be stopped. We have not so much religious people today, and he have said that the family will be not more so much worth, and we know that the gender we know the gender theory, that there not mehr should be a father and a mother, sondern in German we say älter eins, älter du. And there was noch a third thing which came true.
All right, I got it. And elder sin, whatever it is. What you're saying is people are going to escape their religions and families and basically, well, cow down to communism. no doubt that happened for a while, but I think people are coming out of it a bit.
There were.
Who knows? You know what? I wouldn't say the world is getting into better shape, but I wouldn't blame the Rockefellers necessarily unless I could prove it. Now, I'm going to ask a last topic, and we had a good show, by the way, Roland, just so you know. Now, what spectrum of John Keel?
Yes, John Keel has said that there is a super spectrum. I've said before a couple of minutes that there is an area we can see the colors, red, blue, and so on, and then the ultraviolet and the infrared we can see, and there are great area we cannot see. But the UFO people or more in energy entities could do so. They say move the most time in this area we can not see. There is not
what do they do in this area?
Please?
What they do when they can see where we can't? What are they doing in there?
John Keel said they do things that were most senseless. There was had a case. They had a woman see UFO in the space and had asked herself, "What is that?" And then there came a banner out of the space.
Oh, Roland, I'm sorry. Our hour is up, but it was a very good show. And thank you for calling from Germany. And by the way, UFOs, New World Order, I mean, that's my stuff too. So, and Atlantis for that matter. We share interests. So thank you very much. And don't lose me.